Awakening the question, why do people fall in love with you? Have you ever truly asked yourself this question? At first, the mind rushes to easy answers. Maybe it's because of your looks, your smile, your sense of humor, your charm, or even your success. But pause for a moment and look deeper. If beauty alone were enough, then love would never fade. If wealth alone were enough, then the richest people would never feel lonely. If charm alone were enough, then the most admired would never be abandoned. Clearly, the truth goes far beyond the surface. Love is not as random as it seems. People don't simply fall in love with you because you exist. They fall in love because something within you calls to something within them. It's not coincidence, it's resonance. Your energy, your presence, your soul, and your way of being. These are what awaken love. When people meet you, they don't just see your face. They feel your energy. They don't just hear your words. They experience the truth behind them. Think about it. Haven't you ever met someone who wasn't conventionally beautiful, yet their presence pulled you in like a magnet? Or someone whose smile made you feel safe, even when you barely knew them? That is the mystery of love. It is not only about appearance, but about connection. And every connection has a reason. The real awakening begins when you stop asking, why don't people love me? And start asking, what is it within me that people connect to? Because here is the spiritual truth. People fall in love with you only for two reasons. Either because you reflect something within them, or because you radiate something they need. These reasons go beyond the physical. They touch the soul. When someone looks at you and feels seen, when they hear your voice and feel understood, when they are in your presence and feel a sense of peace, that is love awakening. You may think it's chance, but it is the language of souls recognizing one another. And when someone falls in love with you, it's not because of what you own or what you wear, but because of what you carry inside. This is why self-awareness matters so deeply. If you do not know yourself, you will not understand why others are drawn to you. Some people will love you because they see their reflection in you, their values, their dreams, their struggles. Others will love you because you radiate a strength, a kindness, a light that they need in their own lives. But in both cases, it is deeper than appearance. It is spiritual. So as you begin this journey, awaken to the truth. Love is never random. It is not blind. It is a mirror and a magnet. People fall in love with you, not for everything you show on the outside, but for what your soul reveals in silence. Reason 1. The reflection of their own soul. One of the deepest truths about love is this. People fall in love with you because they see themselves in you. Your presence becomes a mirror, reflecting back to them the parts of their soul that they recognize, admire, or long for. This is the first reason people fall in love, and it is far more powerful than appearances or surface attraction. Think about the last time you met someone and felt an instant connection. You may not have been able to explain it logically, but something about them felt familiar. Their laughter, their pain, their dreams. It resonated with you. This is not coincidence. This is recognition. When people meet you and fall in love, often it is because you are reflecting their own hidden essence back to them. When someone sees their kindness mirrored in your actions, they feel at home. When they see their dreams alive in your vision, they feel inspired. When they sense their struggles echoed in your scars, they feel understood. That sense of understanding is one of the greatest magnets of love. Humans crave to be seen, to be validated, to be understood. And when you unknowingly act as that mirror, people cannot help but feel drawn to you. This is why love often feels like destiny. It feels as if you've known someone forever, even if you just met. The truth is, you are recognizing yourself in them, and they are recognizing themselves in you. Love born from this reflection is powerful because it feels like coming home to oneself. But here lies a subtle lesson. When people fall in love with you because of reflection, sometimes they are not truly in love with you. They are in love with the parts of themselves that you awaken. This is why relationships that begin in deep reflection can feel intoxicating, yet sometimes unstable. People may project their best qualities onto you, and when you no longer reflect those qualities, disillusionment can arise. Spiritually, this is a gift and a responsibility. It means that your role in someone's life may not always be to stay forever, but to awaken them to themselves. Sometimes, love enters to remind someone of their strength, their beauty, their truth, and then it leaves, having served its purpose. Other times, the reflection becomes a foundation for lasting love, because both souls are committed to growth together. The key to understanding this type of love is self-awareness. Ask yourself, what qualities within me do people most often resonate with? Is it my kindness, my strength, my wisdom, my vulnerability? By knowing this, you begin to see why people are drawn to you. You stop mistaking love for mere attraction and begin to recognize it as spiritual recognition. So the first reason people fall in love with you is because you are a mirror. You reflect back to them their own hopes, wounds, and light. And in that reflection, they feel alive, they feel seen, they feel loved. And this, my friend, is the soul's first doorway into love. Reason 2, the radiance of what they need. The second reason people fall in love with you is not because you reflect who they already are, but because you radiate something they desperately need. Your soul carries an energy, a light, a vibration, and sometimes that is exactly the medicine someone's heart has been searching for. Think of it this way. A thirsty traveler does not fall in love with the desert, but with the oasis. In the same way, people who cross your path may be drawn to you because you offer something their soul is craving. Perhaps it is your calmness when their world feels chaotic. Perhaps it is your kindness when their heart has been hardened by pain. Perhaps it is your strength when they feel weak, or your hope when they are drowning in despair. Love, in this form, is not about similarity. It is about healing. Your light touches the wounds of another, and in that touch they feel alive again. They may not understand why they are so drawn to you, but something about your presence becomes a sanctuary. You become the reminder that peace exists, that love exists, that goodness is real. And so they fall, not only in love with you, but in love with the version of themselves that awakens in your presence. This is why people often describe certain relationships as life-saving. A friend, a partner, or even a stranger steps into their world and suddenly everything feels different. It's not because that person solved all their problems, but because they carried an energy that the other soul was starving for. You may not realize it, but you carry this for someone too. Your smile, your words, your silent presence. It may be exactly what another person's spirit has been longing to experience. But here is a spiritual truth. This kind of love, though powerful, can also be fragile. Why? Because sometimes people confuse their healing with the healer. They may attach themselves too deeply, thinking they cannot live without you. Yet your role is not to complete them, but to awaken them. Love built only on need must eventually evolve into love built on growth. Otherwise, it risks dependency. Still, never underestimate the divine role you may play in another's life. When people fall in love with you for what you radiate, it is a reminder that your light matters. You don't always need to do grand things, you simply need to be. For in your being you shine, and in that shine, someone finds what their soul has been missing. So remember this, the second reason people fall in love with you is not because you are their mirror, but because you are their medicine. You carry within you the light, the strength, the peace, or the love that another person's soul has been yearning to find. And when they encounter it, they cannot help but fall, not just for you, but for the healing that awakens through you. The balance between reflection and radiance. Now that we have explored the two reasons why people fall in love with you, reflection and radiance, it is time to understand the balance between them. Because in truth, healthy love is rarely just one or the other. It is not complete if it is built only on reflection, and it is not sustainable if it is built only on need. The deepest and most lasting love exists when both reasons come together in harmony. Let us look deeper. When love is based only on reflection, it can feel intoxicating but shallow. Why? Because people are not always in love with you. They are in love with the parts of themselves they see through you. This can be beautiful, but also risky. If they stop recognizing themselves in you, the connection may fade. Reflection without radiance can turn into projection. They project their own dreams, their own wounds, their own longings onto you, and once the mirror breaks, the illusion collapses. On the other hand, when love is based only on radiance, on what you provide and what they need, it can feel nourishing but unbalanced. Why? Because one person becomes the giver and the other the receiver. While this may feel powerful in the beginning, it can easily slip into dependency. The one who receives may cling too tightly, while the one who gives may feel drained or unappreciated. Radiance without reflection can turn into burden. This is why balance is the key. Real, lasting love must hold both reflection and radiance. It must allow people to recognize themselves in you and feel nourished by your light. In such a bond, the mirror and the medicine exist together. You are not only a reflection of their essence, but also a source of growth for their soul. And they, in turn, reflect back to you and radiate what you need. It becomes a sacred exchange, not a one-sided transaction. Think of it like breathing. Reflection is the inhale. You take in what feels familiar, what resonates, what mirrors your truth. Radiance is the exhale. You receive the energy, the nourishment, the healing that helps you grow. For love to survive, both must happen. One without the other leads to imbalance, but together they create rhythm, flow, and harmony. Spiritually speaking, this balance is a divine design. Every soul carries both light to share and mirrors to offer. Every relationship is meant to awaken self-awareness and inspire growth. When you meet someone who both reflects who you are and radiates what you need, the bond feels unshakable. This is why some relationships last lifetimes. They are not built only on self-recognition or only on healing, but on a balanced exchange of both. So as you reflect on love in your own life, ask yourself, are my connections one-sided or are they balanced? Do I feel both seen and nourished? Do I offer both recognition and healing? The answers will reveal whether your relationships are temporary lessons or eternal bonds. Love becomes divine when reflection and radiance dance together. That is the balance. That is the truth. The illusion of superficial love. We live in a world that constantly tells us that love is about appearances. The media glorifies beauty, wealth, status, and charm as the ultimate reasons people fall in love. Magazines, movies, and even social media reinforce the illusion that if you look a certain way, dress a certain way, or achieve a certain level of success, then love will naturally follow. But the truth is far more profound. These things may attract attention, but they rarely create real love. Superficial attraction is like a flame. It burns bright and hot, but it does not last. It is the spark, not the fire. Someone may be drawn to you because of your smile, your style, or your charisma, but if there is no reflection of their soul or radiance of what they need, that attraction will fade as quickly as it came. This is why so many relationships that begin with passion often collapse when the surface beauty wears thin. Without depth, love has no roots. Think of a flower. Its beauty may catch your eye, but what sustains it is the soil beneath. In the same way, external qualities may draw someone in, but what sustains the connection are the unseen qualities of the heart and soul. If a relationship is built only on appearances, then it is fragile. The moment difficulties arise, the foundation crumbles because there is no spiritual depth to hold it together. Superficial love is also dangerous because it creates illusion. When people fall in love with your image, not your essence, they are not truly loving you. They are loving the mask you wear. And masks eventually slip. When reality appears, disappointment follows, because what they fell in love with was never the truth. This is why so many people feel unseen in relationships. They are adored for their looks, their success, or their personality, but not for their authentic self. Spiritually, superficial love is a test. It asks you to discern between those who are drawn to your outer glow and those who are drawn to your inner light. The outer glow fades. The inner light endures. The people who truly love you are not the ones who only celebrate your highs, but the ones who hold you in your lows. They are not the ones who admire your mask, but the ones who embrace your scars. True love goes beyond illusion. It does not care about your bank account, your wardrobe, or your social status. It cares about your soul. It seeks depth, not decoration. And when you awaken to this truth, you begin to value yourself differently. You stop chasing validation through appearances, and you start nurturing the qualities that actually sustain love. Kindness, wisdom, authenticity, and presence. So remember this. Superficial love is not real love. It may excite the senses, but it cannot nourish the soul. Real love is built on reflection and radiance, not on illusion. And when you stop mistaking attraction for love, you open the door to the connections that truly matter, the ones that see you, heal you, and grow with you. Awakening to true love. After understanding reflection, radiance, balance, and the illusion of superficial love, we come to the final awakening, the awakening to true love. This is not the fleeting kind of love that comes and goes with appearances, nor the dependent kind of love that clings to need. True love is deeper, purer, and more powerful. It is a love that awakens the soul, transforms the heart, and elevates both people into higher versions of themselves. True love begins with awareness. You realize that when someone falls in love with you, it is not random. It is spiritual. Either they see themselves in you, or they receive from you something their soul has been yearning for. But true love does not stop there. It grows into a sacred balance of giving and receiving, of reflection and radiance. It becomes an exchange, not a transaction. It becomes partnership, not possession. This awakening also reveals a powerful truth. True love cannot be forced. It cannot be manipulated, bought, or begged for. It arises naturally, like a sunrise between two souls who are ready. You can attract superficial admiration by your looks, but you cannot create true love that way. True love is not about outer perfection. It is about inner resonance. It is about meeting someone whose soul recognizes yours, and whose presence helps you both evolve. But here is the deepest part. Awakening to true love begins with yourself. You cannot demand from others what you have not first cultivated within. If you want someone to see you, you must first see yourself. If you want someone to value you for your essence, you must first value your own essence. If you want someone to radiate healing light into your life, you must first connect to the light within yourself. In short, the love you attract is always a reflection of the love you carry for yourself. When you awaken to this, everything changes. Why? I'll no longer chase people who only admire your mask. You no longer beg for love from those who cannot recognize your soul. You no longer confuse attention with affection. Instead, you rise in your authenticity, you shine your light, and you trust that those meant for you will be drawn, not to your image, but to your truth. True love also does not seek to control. It gives freedom, because it knows that love is not about owning, but about growing. When two people in true love come together, they do not limit each other. They expand each other. They mirror each other's souls, radiate each other's needs, and walk side by side in a journey of transformation. That is why true love feels both grounding and liberating. It roots you in safety while also lifting you higher. So awaken to this truth. True love is not rare, but it is sacred. It is not found by chasing, but by becoming. It is not discovered in masks, but in authenticity. When you live in your essence, when you honor your soul, and when you radiate light without fear, true love will find you, and it will stay. As we come to the close of this journey, let us return to the heart of the question. Why do people fall in love with you? It is not because of chance, not because of the surface illusions of beauty, money, or charm. Those things may catch someone's eye, but they do not hold their heart. Real love has deeper roots. People fall in love with you for two reasons: because you reflect their own soul, or because you radiate what their soul needs. This truth should awaken you. It should remind you that love is not shallow, it is spiritual. Every time someone enters your life and feels drawn to you, it is a sacred encounter. Either they are recognizing themselves in you, or they are receiving light from you that heals and strengthens them. And when both reflection and radiance exist together, love transforms into something lasting and divine. But remember, the illusion of superficial love will always surround us. We live in a world where outer appearances are celebrated more than inner truth. Do not fall into the trap of chasing validation from the surface. You are not loved for your mask, but for your essence. You are not valued for your status, but for your spirit. When you awaken to this, you stop searching for love in the wrong places. You stop confusing attention with affection. You stop begging for love that was never meant to be yours. Instead, you rise into authenticity. You understand that true love begins within. When you know yourself, when you value yourself, when you nurture the light within your soul, you naturally attract those who can see it, honor it, and grow with it. This is the ultimate spiritual awakening, realizing that you are both the mirror and the medicine. You carry within you the power to reflect truth and to radiate healing. So as you leave this message, ask yourself, what do I reflect to others? What do I radiate into the world? Because that is too. Love you will attract. If you reflect authenticity, you will draw people who value authenticity. If you radiate peace, you will attract souls searching for peace. If you carry love within yourself, you will meet love outside yourself. True love is not a hunt. It is an alignment. It is not about forcing someone to stay. It is about allowing someone to grow with you. It is not about completing each other. It is about complementing each other's journeys. And when you awaken to this truth, love no longer becomes something you chase. It becomes something you embody. So step forward today with this awareness. You are worthy of true love, and you are capable of giving it. Do not settle for masks. Do not cling to illusions. Honor the reflection you offer. Radiate the light you carry. And when the right soul meets yours, you will not have to question it. Because real love, true love, is undeniable, unshakable, and eternal.